is Lokesh today, and I'm here to go through the process that I have followed for completing my data visualization process. So initially, I have gathered the data sets. The first data set is related to the COVID cases in prisons in United States. In the data set, we can clearly see that these were the system refers the states, the various states in the United States, and the various other parameters for inmate tests, total inmate cases, inmate deaths, and also total officer cases and deaths, and have done some exploratory data analysis on the dataset one, which I will kind of cover in the video in the further time. And the dataset 2 is the in-depth analysis of the COVID-19 cases in the prisons in various states. And here we can see that the facility city and facility county, and also the facility state and facility type. The facility type refers to the various types of prisons that were present in the various states, and also their corresponding cases. And here we have facility longitude and latitude, that means the coordinates of the that place. And also we can see that here we have total inmate deaths for officer cases and total officer deaths, which is similar to the dataset one. And then I have performed the EDA process using Jupyter notebook, and have done some data manipulation, which I will be going through now. um, as we can see, this is my Jupyter notebook, and first I have imported the required libraries here, as we can see, and then have loaded the first data set. And these were the values. This is the data frame which I have got after loading the dataset, and have checked with the null values. Then after checking for the null values, I have found that there were some null values in inmate cases, and have filled them with the median, and then plotted the bar graph to find which is the city that has the or lot highest number of total inmate cases. Then I have loaded the data frame 2, and dropped and checked for the null values initially, and dropped the null values of facility in the facility state. And then I also incorporated a new column called proportion of deaths, which is the ratio of total inmate deaths and total inmate cases. And then have gone through some of the data manipulation techniques, such as here we can see that there is a facility state with name Kentucky, but the starting letter is small k. There was also the other facility with capital K, so I have merged them both with replacing the small k here with capital K. And also, and then I have grouped by the facility state and found out the sum of various parameters. And then also I found out, when I grouped this by facility state, I have found that there is an NaN value at Colorado for the proportion of deaths, which you can see here. And then I fill that value with the values of inmate deaths by inmate cases. Then I have overcome those, and then I have started plotting the various graphs. Here we can see that facility state group by facility state, and then this is a graph. And here we can see I had then have grouped by the facility state and facility type, and created the bar graph. Then after that I started creating interactive visualization plots, and also the animation frame in that. The first one is a scatter map box. This one is basically used for the uh, data with geographical data. So here we can see that I have assigned the latitude, longitude, and hover name. Hover name is basically when we move the cursor over the particular point, we can see the total inmate cases on the top, the other data, and gave the animation frame for the facility state, which we can see here, and also the color to the facility type. Now, when let me zoom out this. Then when I do the animation, it will show the data on the plane. And next is the bar chart. This is also interactive one, where we can hover over the data, and we can find the various attributes for the particular bar over there. And the next one is the scatter map box for the top two ones are for the total inmate cases. And here I have changed the one of the parameter to proportion of deaths so that I can verify what proportion of deaths were. Here also we can done the animation from, and we can check over here over the points and get some data over there. And the other one is the same as the bar chart above. Here also I have changed to proportion of deaths, and here we can see the overall. Next, I have used the Python dash framework, which can be seen here, and how when we run this code with a local server, and it will open a tab on the web browser, and it relates to a plot of this kind. And here there is a drop down menu. We can change the city, the state name, so that we can get the various cities information along with the various types of facilities, present types in the city, along with the total limit cases. And when we hover them, so in the same way as in the previous charts, we can get the other insights too. So these were the visualizations which have generated for the various questions. So basically first I have to go through the questions. So the first question is distribution of cumulative coordinating cases. For this I use the bar chart TDM, which have those properties, and this is the plot which I have generated, which is shown in the Jupyter notebook as well. For the second question, how are these cases distributed over the various spaces in the sheet? I have used tagged bar chart as one of the uh, chart for this question, which is an interactive one. So as shown in the Jupyter notebook, we can hover over the data so that we can get various insights. Similarly, for the same question, I have generated another. It is kind of a dashboard which is built with the Python data framework of Dash, and this is basically gives the this is also a kind of interactive one. So here I have added drop down menu. There were other components which were mentioned over here, such as the division and the drop down on the app layout and callback. These were used to generate this plot. And then the for the other alternative for this, I have used Catamap box, which have discussed in the earlier one. As discussed earlier, it is used with geographical locations, which this is helpful. So this is the plot which I have discussed in there. And for the question 3, what is the proportion of deaths in various prisons in various states? I have used tagged bar chart, the similar one as in the second question. And the other alternative box is Catamap box, which is the other one. So this is the process which I have gone through for my data visualization process. But when I out of this one, I have to choose for my project. So I have chosen this the one which I have used with the Dash Python framework, because it is a kind of uh, visually attractive, and also it is good to visualize, because we can here we can change the state as per our interest and visualize various facility types, and also the total inmate cases corresponding to those prison types. And in the prison types also we can move over the stacked bars, so that we can find out which to which county it belongs, and also what were the total inmate cases in each of those counties types. So this is the thing that have gone that I have used in the my data visualization process. That's it.